like Irish goodbye, an Irish podcaster goodbye. We just bloop, done.
Is that what they call it? I guess I do Irish goodbyes on phones. Then that's what I do.
You do it all the time, yeah.
Yeah. I fully cop to that. I don't know why I do it, but I do. All right, here we go. I'm gonna hit record. Okay, we're good. Okay, here we go. Chat room. Okay. I don't know if you brought refreshments or snacks, but just settle in, sit back, and enjoy yourselves while we start this show in 3, 2, 1.
But it doesn't hurt to smack a little 11-year-old around a little bit and say, look, kid, I'm your parent. You behave. You're not going to listen to that garbage in my house. If you do, I'm going to tear it up and break those records. I'm not going to, or CDs or whatever.
iPods, whatever.
iPod or however you get that mess.
11.
Ah, balls.
Whoops.
The morning stream. Fish. Why the hell do they call you Fish?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to TMS. It's Thursday, June 8th, 2023. I'm Scott Johnson, and that is Brian Ibbott.
Yeah, hello. Woo! Hello. Hello. Vacation bound.
So we had one sad death overnight and one happy death overnight. Would you like to guess which one is which?
Let's just say not so sad death.
Yeah, we'll say that. Nobody, I don't know if anyone's happy, but I'm not that sad about it.
I only know about Pat Robertson, so I guess I'm going to be sad now.
The Iron Sheik, wrestling's own Iron Sheik, who was 81, okay. I think, 81, 82. And he is, by every account, a really nice guy.
Cool.
He's married to his wife for 47 freaking years.
Wow.
Who else does that? Nobody. That's who.
Who doesn't.
Us, if we make it that far, I guess. Anyway, and we won't even talk about the other guy. F that guy. He sucks. Mm-hmm. We are back to it. We got a show to do. It's a little shorter today just to give the listening audience some warning. Wendy's not here, and also Brian's got to bail early for a family trip. So we are going to do about an hour of content.
Driving up to the mountains.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You got your it's a Lyft ride that'll pay you nothing, you know? You just
wow. When you put it like that, geez.
Go up there for free.
Thanks.
No, that'll be good. And I'm sure so I didn't know Uncle George had kids of his own. Is that right?
He has kids and grandkids of his own.
Yes. Sorry, Matt, grandkids of his own. So you're going to be like multi-generational Uncle Ibbott or whatever you get called.
Yeah, he has 4 daughters, and one of his daughters has 2 daughters. So yeah, I'm going to be kind of like way outnumbered up there. The male to female ratio, not looking too good for me.
It's not in your favor.
Yeah, but he's only one of the daughters is not going to be able to make it, and one of the granddaughters is not going to be able to make it, but everybody else is coming up. So it's basically George, his wife, their 3 of their 4 daughters, one of their 2 granddaughters, my mom, Tina, me, and Tristan. Unfortunately, Kay's not going to make it up there either. Tristan's girlfriend, Kay. So
that's too bad. But it sounds like it'll be fun, though. You guys have a good time.
It's going to be fun. I was told not to bring, as my Aunt Barb describes it, any board games that require Brian. Don't bring this. She sounds a lot like Tina, by the way. Don't bring any games where it's like the wizard's sword has to be on the 3rd piece, and if it's on the 4th piece, then you draw 2 cards, and then you. Yeah.
What do they just want? They want like Old Maid and freaking.
Yeah, exactly. I might be pushing things by bringing what's the train one? Oh my God! Why am I not like? Put it in the stack.
Oh my gosh! What's it called?
The effing train game.
I love that game. German game. It's called Get on the Train.
Rock the Schnell. Ticket to Ride. Thank you.
Ticket to freaking ride. Gosh,
it's only a Beatles song, and I just put the game on a stack of games. So that one I feel I might be pushing for family level. I don't know. It's easy. I'm bringing code names, of course. I'm bringing
that's a good one.
Flux, because I feel like that kind of suckers them into a game without a lot of rules because you play Flux and the first card you play, it's just, play cards. Okay, great. But then as you play, it turns into a beast. And then I figure Tristan and I, and maybe, George or a couple other people might be up for Clank, which is a deck building dungeon crawler.
Clank has other versions too, right? Like they have
there's a Clank in Space, I believe. Yeah,
a few like that. I think there was even I might be thinking of something else. There was maybe a crossover with Blizzard, but I might be thinking of a different board game.
Oh,
they basically skinned. It's a little bit like Munchkin, where they skin it for a property.
Sure.
Or an IP or
possibly.
something.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, might be that. If I'd have thought about it, I have this perfectly functional beta 2 deck. I could have sent you this
Dungeon
beta.
Murder deck you could have sent me, right?
Yeah, I have one. I already have a newer version of the beta deck, and there's not a ton different. So this one,
damn it.
I could have done it. I didn't think about it. I don't know what I was thinking.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Could have. There are some rules in there, but they're not. They're probably
that's an easy one.
Yeah.
That's an easy one for this group, I think.
Yeah, I think that would have been fine.
What else? I'm taking Marvel Remix. Taking poker chips and poker cards, or just deck of cards, because that's pretty damn easy. And then something called Telestrations, which is it's basically the telephone game, but you do it with drawing. So
that's fun.
You get a clue, you draw it on the first sheet, and it's like these wipe off flip cards. They're great, like a little spiral bound instead of dry erase cards. You draw it on the first one, then hand it to the next person. They look at what you've drawn, flip it to the next thing where they have to write what they think that is. Then they hand that to the next person, who draws what that person wrote. And basically it goes around 8 times or eight levels. Draw a clue. Yeah, just like Icor says, draw a clue, draw a clue, draw.
That sounds like fun. I would play that.
It's a blast. Yeah.
You should take your Amberneck as well, just for your private time,
Are you kidding me? Of course. Get it right here. Taking the Amberneck. I'm taking the Switch.
The Switch?
And a dock.
Oh, you're going to
docking
dock
my
your Switch. Okay.
And I'm taking 4 Joy-Cons so we can play a little Mario Kart, because I'm going to hijack the TV at the Airbnb and bend it to my will.
That's awesome. You are doing it right. This is living right, is what this is.
Thank you. I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
Yeah,
I'm doing my best.
Exactly what you should do. All right, quick reminder to folks at home that you got to get that morning form in before Monday if you guys want to win. So go to frogpants.com/themorningform and fill it out. It just basically is asking you what class you started with Diablo 4. And I've had some ask, do I have to play the game to even do this? No, you don't. Go in there and make something up, or choose an option that you would choose.
What class you would choose if you were playing the game.
Yeah, even if it's sight unseen, you're just like, I like rogues, so I'd do a rogue. That's fine.
Right. Or like Scott says, just come up with a dumb class that you probably would play.
Yeah, a bunch of you will do that anyway. So do like them. It's not really the point. The point is to win some shit, So
exactly.
Hop over, frogpants.com/themorningforum. We got a text about presidents I need to share.
Cool. Okay.
We talked on the show a little bit about, I can't remember what it was. We talked about, we were talking about President's Day and how I hate it. It's a stupid holiday and all that.
Well, we just talked about how, you don't celebrate Christmas on Jesus' actual birthday. And we don't celebrate President's Day on any of the president's actual birthdays.
That's right. Especially the two that we always show in the photos, or whenever we try to illustrate, it's always Washington and Lincoln or something, right? Or maybe Teddy Roosevelt, but we never do it on their birthdays, and they don't share the same birthday. So Mink wrote in and said, Buchanan and Johnson. That's pretty good.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Because those are two presidents. Those are actual presidents,
They are. Except they're not S. There's no S and I guess B. Okay. All right.
Yeah, well, B for you. Yeah. Johnson just makes sense because that's already my name.
S and B, but all right, I'll allow it.
We're going to allow this one, all right? But next time, don't expect to walk into our courtroom and we're not pushovers here at the judge's table. All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
In a TMS episode last week-ish, you said POTUS, or the President of the United States, weren't born on the same day, mocking President's Day as an official holiday. And obviously that's correct. But did you know that a bunch died on the same day? Specifically Jefferson and Adams, both 1826. And I think it was within hours of each other.
Oh, really? That close? Jeez.
Yeah, okay. I remember it from the assuming it was correct, but from the John Adams miniseries, which was so freaking good.
I need to see that with Giamatti.
Oh, have you never seen it?
I've never seen it, Scott.
All right, take your bets? Will I see Parasite first, or will Brian see John Adams? John Adams is.
Guarantee I'll see John Adams before you see Parasite.
It is legit awesome.
Even if I wait a year to see John Adams,
you'll love it, dude. Legitimately, you will love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I can't wait to see when John Adams yells, "I'm not going to drink the effing Merlot."
Wait till you see Jefferson put his junk up on his window. That's real rough business there. Here's real tough. Here's what he says. Also, Monroe, James Monroe, I guess, 5 years later in 1831. So 3 of the 5 presidents died on July 4th.
Wow, that's crazy.
The day we celebrate our great Independence Day.
I wonder how many of them died before. Well, no, I guess we started 1777, right? Was the first 4th of July in 1777?
I assume
did we go right into it?
That's a good question. Did the very next year did we start firing off fireworks and stuff? I don't know.
Independence Day.
I'd be really curious about that. Actually,
I'd be curious if we waited. Did we just right away? We said 1777.
Really? Wow.
No, I'm looking to see. Okay. 1777, 13 gunshots were fired in salute, once at morning, once again at evening, fell on July 4th in Bristol, Rhode Island. 1778, from his headquarters at Ross Hall, General George Washington marked July 4th with a double ration of rum for his soldiers, an artillery salute. A double ration of rum!
Wow.
Lord.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. When I'm in Vegas next week, I'm not gonna ask. Can I get a ration of rum, please?
Yeah, but can you double that? You'll ask.
That's right. 1779 fell on a Sunday, so they celebrated on Monday, July 5th. I mean, pretty much right from. It depends on what you call it. It wasn't until 1938 that it became a paid federal holiday.
Oh, that's a lot longer than I would have thought.
1870, Independence Day became an unpaid holiday for federal employees. So, in other words, a crappy day off.
Yeah, not a great day
off. Like an unpaid day off.
Yeah. You can't work, but we're not paying you, so you just go home.
Let's see. 1781, July 4th, a state celebration, I guess. It really depends on when you consider it official. Is it when it became a state celebration or when it became a federal?
Did you say 1838 or 1938?
1938 was was when Congress changed Independence Day to a paid federal holiday.
That seems so late.
Our grandparents' lifetime is when Independence Day became a paid federal holiday.
That seems so late to me. Doesn't it?
It does. But keep in mind, again, it was like 60 years after the Congress made Independence Day an unpaid federal holiday.
Yeah. I'm always surprised by, we're just a young country, right?
Yeah.
Other countries mark things in thousands of years. Like the British are like, 2,000 years ago this happened, and we're like, 80 years ago we gave black
320 years ago.
Yeah, 50 years ago we let black people vote fully everywhere in the States. That was pretty cool. Exactly, 50 whole years ago. I don't know. It's weird.
You and I were both alive for the bicentennial. When our country was 200 years old, we went and got those official quarters, or at least I did.
Yeah, and as a kid, it seemed huge, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, wow! And boy, 200 years is sure a long time. Not really.
Yeah, and England's over there saying we have tree, or no, what's a good example? We have pubs that are older than that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a bad example.
I think that's true, though. I think they do have pubs older.
They absolutely have pubs older than that. That's why it makes it a bad example. They have pubs older than many other countries.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it's crazy though, because as a kid, 200 years seemed like the eternities, and now it's nothing.
Yeah, we have shits older than you.
Pat Robertson was 103, or no, I'm sorry, 93. He was born in...
but he talked like he was 200.
Yeah, that's true. He talked like he was...
breaking their CDs or their iPods, or I'm going to break their 8-track tapes.
You'd think you'd want to have a person with you when you do that show that could correct you and give you better information, but she was no help at all.
She was no help. She would... she would sometimes steer him further into the wrong area.
I mean, she gave us
But I
that.
still, you do have the Guitar Hero thing. Handy,
Oh
please
yeah,
tell
I'm
me.
gonna find it right
That's
now.
That's my favorite of her.
It's one of the greatest things we ever did here.
Yeah,
Here it is, right here. Enjoy.
Isn't there a guitar that's called something Hero?
Oh my gosh. Even though we bring that up all the time, it's still stunningly stupid.
It really is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Was he? And he's the one who did the whole Snoopy poop dog, right? Like, I don't know his name. Beep bop. Bop,
Oh,
bop,
I think
bop.
that was a different dude.
Was that a different dude?
I
Okay,
think
never
so.
mind.
Let's see. Let's play it. I have it.
Yeah.
Do I not have it? Snoopy Poopy Poop Dog. Hold on, where is that? Oh my gosh, is this on that old drive I never recovered? Oh boy, I don't see it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a real. Is this it?
Oh well.
No, here it is. No, is this it?
I gotta take a poop.
No, that's
That's jury.
Dick poop.
Dick Poop. What's that?
I was actually taking a poop.
Oh man, I don't have it.
All right. Well,
One
we all
day,
remember that.
Brian, I'm pulling that old drive out and I'm going to get everything off of it. But today is not that day.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
I want to thank Hootie42 in our Discord for reminding us how old we are today by mentioning that Ghostbusters premiered today, 39 years ago.
Wow.
On this day, Ghostbusters 1. You tuned in, you saw a lady freak out in a library, and then you saw Peter Venkman get all pervy with a girl who was way too young for him.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
then
was
the
she at the time though? Because remember, he was 39 years younger as well.
He was, but she was supposed to be a student, like 18, and he was supposed to be.
She was
like,
supposed to be. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. What was she? What was she
could
really?
be an adult grad student. She could be an adult grad student.
I watched it recently. It comes off creepy as shit.
I will 100% concede about his really pervy treatment of Gina Davis on that talk show clip. That makes me grosses me out. It makes me so.
Oh, and
cringe.
I don't mean. By the way, I don't mean Bill Murray, the person. I mean the character
gotcha.
Peter Venkman. That's what I'm saying.
I still say he's like probably. I say Al Pacino's set the bar, and now we just have to live with that bar that Al Pacino has set.
He's 81 and he's got a kid on the way. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
How did they get productive?
With a 23-year-old, 26-year-old, something
She's
like that?
She's super young. How did he get? How are they getting productive sperm out of that guy's?
I'm not shooting blanks here. Hooah! If I was half the man I used to be, I'd take a flamethrower to this place.
Yeah. Good luck to that kid. He'll be going to. Whose dad dies of natural causes when you're in like 5th grade? Like that's just.
I'm gonna walk that boy to school. I'll tell you that much.
That's insane. Anyway, good luck to all of them.
You smell that? There's the scent of a woman right there.
They got a lot of money, so they'll be all right.
Yeah.
They'll make it.
Yeah.
They'll make it. Work.
They're somehow going to make it. I think that kid's going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think he'll make it. All right, we're gonna bring in our good pal and friend Red Fraggle.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Wait, she sent me a clip. Let me do this real fast so that I can prepare it.
I will prepare quicktms.li to receive said information.
That's a good idea. That's not just Brian. That's not just a good idea. I think that's a vital.
It's a really good idea.
It's a vital idea. Okay, so let me pull that up, and then I will add her to the call. As usually we do before the show. Here it is. Okay, it's now marked and ready to rock. And here comes Amy into the call by adding her name. I click her now, and I hit add. Okay, here she comes. Let's get ready. It's going to be time before you frickin' know it. Where is it? Okay, here we go.
One of the things that I enjoy also is reading.
Join us in welcoming Amy Robinson, a.k.a. Red Fraggle 3, to the show. Hello, Amy, and welcome back.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Good.
Good.
You gonna help us? You gonna help us read today? Is that what we're gonna do? Read.
That is my plan.
Oh.
That's what we would like to do.
Look at you, improving the literacy one podcast host at a time. I love it. This is great.
It's true. It's true.
Well, it's good to have you here. We love our Thursdays with you, and really glad to have you around. What did you bring for us today?
So yeah, I brought a memoir that is particularly timely for this month, and yeah, that's all I'll say. You can just play the clip, and then I'll talk more about it afterwards.
Here we go.
In early October, the Tomkeys bought a boat, and everyone seemed greatly relieved. Halloween fell on a Saturday that year. I'd looked forward to going in disguise to the Tomkeys' door, but they were off at the lake and their house was dark. The night after Halloween, we were sitting around watching TV when the doorbell rang, opening the door to discover the entire Tomkey family on our front stoop. The parents looked as they always had, but the son and daughter were dressed in costumes. She is a ballerina, and he is some kind of a rodent with terry cloth ears and a tail made from what looked to be an extension cord. It seemed they had spent the previous evening isolated at the lake and had missed the opportunity to observe Halloween. So, well, I guess we're trick-or-treating now, if that's okay, Mr. Tomkey said. I attributed their behavior to the fact that they didn't have a TV, but television didn't teach you everything. Asking for candy on Halloween was called trick-or-treating, but asking for candy on November 1st was called begging. This was one of the things you were supposed to learn by simply being alive, and it angered me that the Tomkeys did not understand it. Why, of course it's not too late, my mother said. Kids, why don't you run and get the candy? But the candy is gone, my sister Gretchen said. You gave it away last night. Not that candy, my mother said. The other candy. Why don't you run and go get it? You mean our candy? Lisa said. The candy that we earned? This was exactly what our mother was talking about. But she didn't want to say this in front of the Tomkeys. Go on now, she said. Hurry up.
Oh, David Sedaris. I love that guy.
Yes.
Is that Me Talk Pretty?
It is. Yes.
Is it that
Yes.
one? Oh, it's such a good book. So good.
It's actually not that's not this book, but yeah, same author. Yes, it is David Sedaris.
Yes.
And
The one book of his I have.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the
Oh,
only one I've
gotcha.
read. I've never read any of his others, so now I'm curious.
Oh, yeah. So the name of this book is Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim.
Oh.
And as you guys spotted, it is indeed David Sedaris. And yeah, I mean, it's great. It's one of his collection of humorous essays, and he reads them so well. And he just writes everything with just this dry sort of humor to it. Like nothing has like a huge range of inflection. It's all just and then this happened, and that would be disastrous, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exactly what you would expect of David Sedaris. It's fantastic.
He's great. First time I ever heard him was on This American Life, and it was that thing everyone's heard, the Christmas elf stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So good.
And I looked that up right before this. Santa Land Diaries.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the thing on NPR that he did. Yep.
And when I remember the day I realized that David Sedaris, and I think it was because of something he said about his family, I went, wait a minute, Amy Sedaris is your sister? And then I was like, hold on, I really like her. And then I got super fanboy about it.
Right.
And
for those of you who recognize the name Amy Sedaris but don't know where from, think the big-haired lady who fixes up ships in The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, that's her recent stuff. Sure, yeah. I always think
was Parks and Recreation, or what I knew her from was Strangers with Candy, way back in the old days of Comedy Central.
So good.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Didn't that have a relatively unknown Stephen Colbert? I think was in that.
Oh yeah, he was the principal
That's
of
right.
the school that she was a student at. Yeah.
That was a really funny show, but she was really good. Even just the small roles like the secretary on, I think, Elf. She was the secretary for James Caan's character.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tiny role, but it was really memorable. She kind of stole the scene she was in. She's great.
Yeah.
Her and her brother.
She does that.
Yeah. She's great. Well, that's awesome. I love his stuff, and I've only ever really, other than that first book or Me Talk Pretty, I think other than that, I've not read anything, but you hear him all the time. He still goes on Ira Glass's show here and there and does like a new thing. And sometimes at Christmas, they just play that old thing as like a tradition. But he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, and I think that's what you've brought in is probably the better way to enjoy him. I mean, Scott and I both have the book, but it feels like the audiobook is probably, especially in a case like this where it's somebody's memoir and they're not really a satirist, the humorist, that sells him short even a little bit, but you want to hear that person tell their story, and I think the audiobook is probably the better way to go.
Yeah, and he's got something, I don't know if it's an audiobook or something separate, where he does some live stuff, And so you get audience reactions to him reading on stage.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's done kind of like not a comedy album, but I don't know what to call it because these aren't these are unusual. It's closer to that humorous thing you're saying, where it's like somebody up on stage doing readings from their book, and it's great. I don't remember where I heard it. I probably heard it on This American Life, but highly recommend tracking that stuff down too. It's really good.
Yeah, it's great. And the reason I said this was timely is because David Sedaris is gay, and he's got a whole story in this book about getting invited to a slumber party at basically a bully's house, and then the bully forcing them all to play strip poker. And of course, this was before any kids were ever out of the closet, so he's horrified at this prospect. You can imagine then, hilarity ensues.
Hilarity ensues.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So.
He's got this longtime partner named Hugh, I think. Yeah, he's still with him. I think that's like
that's really cool.
Every time you see some bigoted heterosexual who gets divorced, remind them that David Sedaris and Hugh Hamrick have been together for like 30 years. Those dudes are like inseparable.
Yeah, right.
Anyway,
just rub that in. I'm going through one of the worst things in my life, but thank you for.
I think he still lives he moved to France. I think he's still there. Let's see. He is. Yeah, there's a bunch of stories about that, like moving to France and what the cultural change for him was and why he did it. And anyway, he's awesome. Nothing wrong with this guy.
So I figured this was a good choice for Pride Month.
Very, very much so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he is. You know how I am with numbers. I like to see things in numbers. He's 66. He was born in 56, and his birthday is on December 26th.
Whoa!
Ooh,
yeah, look at all this. Look at all the sixes, you guys. That's
look
crazy.
Out now! So he is the devil.
Oh,
there you go.
And you're telling me that Diablo 4 coming out the same year is just a coincidence?
We cracked the code. Oh yeah, by the way, you guys were talking about bicentennial stuff and whatnot. I was actually born in 1976, so I was a bicentennial baby.
Oh wow.
Yep. Do you have a quarter from your birth year?
I used to keep those quarters all the time. I don't think I have any now, but my birth certificate is like all fancy and it's got like American flags on it and says bicentennial and all that stuff. It's like,
that's cool.
Yeah. So
what's the next one called? What's the math on the next one in 2076? What do we call that? Is that called the
tricentennial?
Is it tricentennial? Is that what you do?
Yeah, tricentennial would make would follow the format.
Would the next one be quadcentennial?
I think it would. Yeah.
And then septennial? Wait, septennial?
Septennial?
Pentennial.
Yeah, sept will be seven.
Oh, right. Pentennial.
Pencentennial.
Pennsatucky.
We will not be dead. We will not be around for that.
We will not
be
around.
But
we do have the 250th, which we probably will all be around. We'll hopefully be all around for, and that would be. There's what do you do? You do how do you do it with a 250?
250? Would you call that a buy? Why not buy?
Buy and a half centennial? No, there's some term for the 250.
Biceptennial.
Bisemittennial. I don't know.
Bisemittennial.
Bisemittennial.
I love that.
Is
it one of the sesquicentennials?
150.
Okay.
Yeah, what is the 250? And I can't even figure out what that would be. The sesquicentennial, huh?
Well,
wow.
We'll figure it out when it comes.
What?
Semiquincentennial? Oh God! Is it?
Wow.
Yeah, we've got 3 years to figure out how to say all that.
You know what's weird is
actually that is right. The quarter-millennial, the semi-quincentennial.
That's what's weird is when you have a kid who was born in 2000, you start to think in terms of, when these things happen. So like the next one, the try would be 2076, and the idea that Nick would be 76 years old is an idea I can't make sense of.
Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, I just can't think of it.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, and I'll be long gone by then.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we all will.
You
Well-
will have been dust and old people brownies by then.
Yep.
Scott.
Dust in the wind.
Looking forward to my brownie
If
time.
you want, semiquincentennial.com, if you want to pick that up, beat the rush. It'll just set you back $7,005. Somebody's got it. They've got it
Whoa.
for sale. If you want semiquincentennial to get ahead of it. So
Yeah,
that people,
just
when
to be
they're
ahead
looking
of it.
for it, find it.
Right, right. Do it now. Invest in your future. Is what we're saying. All right.
You can get semiquincentennial.gay for $4.99.
Fantastic. Perfect. .gay. I didn't know there was
did
a
not
dot,
realize you
there's
could
a
get
dot
it.
gay domain. Really?
Yeah, you
Dot
can get
gay.
it. You can get a gay TLD. .me, .io, .shop, .store, .site, .gay, all $4.99. I'm sorry. .io is $34.99 for some reason.
Does anyone have gay.gay? It doesn't come up, but I wonder if anyone owns it.
Let's see.
K.K.
Gay.gay.
Because right now it goes
It feels
nowhere.
like something RuPaul would use, honey,
Yes.
you are gay.gay with that outfit.
Gay.
It is available. It's a tiered price domain. That's going to cost you $15,999.99.
Wow. You know what?
I
You
think
know what?
people are being a little optimistic about
I
these
think so
prices.
too. Yeah, I think they're really thinking, well, somebody's really going to find this site.
You know what's more progressive than progression? Capitalism. Because boy, howdy, 16 grand for your gay.gay. Forget it. Hey, if you want to go gay.online, 12 grand.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's a savings.
Gay.boutique, 300.
Yeah. Gay.hosting, $499.99.
Gay.actor. Ouch, your favorite performer for $98.99. Just $98.99.
My favorite here is gay.dentist. That's fun.
I
that.
like gay.plumbing.
Yeah, gay.plumbing's pretty good. Gay.credit, gay.loans. Oh, there's so many. Anyway,
There's so many. Oh, wow.
thank you, top level domain registrar.
Yes, that was like endless entertainment right there. Let's go
Absolutely.
down that rabbit hole.
Yes.
Well, everybody check it out. All of David Sedaris's works are everywhere. Audible, course written versions of it all. It's all very good and funny. And even if you just want to go to thisamericanlife.com and go look at some of you can search by him and find him in there and find all his stuff. Some of the best stuff is there as well. Amy, that's awesome. Anything else you want to tell us about or remind people of or anything?
Go follow me on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/ I had to put the @ in there to find myself. I was trying to help somebody find me on there I don't know why it's making it difficult to search for me on there, but it's just Red Fraggle 3 is the name of my channel. I'm trying to get enough subscribers so I can do live streams. It's so far YouTube won't let me. I think you have to have 1,000 to do it with your mobile device, but I have a plan.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
all I have a Raspberry Pi that was just sitting there waiting for a purpose, and I have another webcam coming in soon, so I will have all that all set up.
You know what you should do is make a pottery case for your Raspberry Pi. So make that your first project is throw a pottery case for your Raspberry Pi.
I don't want to freak anybody
That's a
out,
good
by the
idea.
way. I just went to your account. I just went to your URL. I don't want to freak anyone out. You currently have 336 subscribers. 3 plus 3 equals 6 plus 6. And you have 6 videos up. You have 6 videos on your account.
Oh my gosh.
What
It's
the?
Oh, it's
Fine,
9:36 a.m. Oh my
Frick.
god. No, 9:37. Sorry.
Oh, shoot, Brian. We had the triumvirate there. Anyway, don't forget your 6s, everybody. Check your 6 is what I'm saying. Hey, Amy, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hey, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but I was just on Hover and I just bought Amazon.com .site.
Oh, .site. Gotcha.
Yeah. Amazon.com .site. It's
Yep.
mine now.
Yep.
Mine.
Brian owns it. Don't come near him. He'll
Yeah.
get you every time.
You're going to redirect people to Coverville. Just visit Amazon.com .site.
I used to be a chronic URL.
I know.
grabber.
You and I both did. We had to get rid of a lot of ours, but
I did. I have to
this
lie.
one is too funny.
That one's
too
really
funny
good.
not to
I
keep.
let a lot of mine lapse this last year, in fact, and it was hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
I kind of had a problem for a bit there, and it was stuff I've sat on and paid for a decade or more.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I do that? It's so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I had sharp metal objects for way longer than I'd like to admit.
That's pretty good, though. I still like that
Yeah.
one, but it's gone now.
Yeah,
it's
it's gone now. I don't have that one. Let's see. Let me tell you one. I'll tell you some of the ones I have, some of the goofy ones I have, because it's obvious, Coverville. I had TMSBattleRoyale.com. Would let that one expire.
Sure.
Let's see here. Actually, some of these are for customers. Well, a lot of these are for customers. Actually, it's kind of boring now.
Do they pay you for those?
Some fun ones. Some ones for customers though. Only sports, not fun.
Oh, that's fun. That's pretty fun.
Sportswaiver.info.
Do you do they pay you for those domains?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I host. I register, maintain, and host their sites for them, and just do like backups and security things and stuff like that.
So I had 3 pages of this previously. Now I just have one. Here's what I have now. ComicDorks.com, DarkRim.com, which is a sci-fi comic I worked on for a while. Filmsack.com, Frogpants.com, Gerp.org. Still have that. MyDrawings.com, MyExtraLife.com, Nerdtacular.com, NewDuck.com, TheScottJohnson.com, Frogpants.tv, DungeonMurder.com. There will be Dungeons.com, FredandCan.com, FrogPantsPlays.com, and FrogPants.club.
Nice. I do have themorningstream.com, by the way. I grabbed that because I saw it was available because I didn't want somebody else to grab it.
Yeah, now nobody can have it.
I should forward that over to frogpants.com/TMS.
You should do it. Let's get it in there. We could even start saying themorningstream@gmail.com. Or no, see, that's already the email. We could say themorningstream.com.
The Morning Stream.
And then people would go there. I like that.
Yep.
All right. Let's get to some news, and let's do it in this form. Time for the news for the day, and it's brought to you by
Coverville. Today at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, twitch.tv is what I would usually say at this moment, but I'm not going to say that this time because I'm going on vacation, so there won't be a Coverville today. We will be back next week, and I'm not exactly sure what next week will be, but by golly, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be awesome, so make sure you're there for that next week.
Do you ever worry that your next episode's going to be whoever dies between now and next week? You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It happens a lot, right? It's like, oh, so-and-so died. I'm doing a show about that.
Like Tina Turner kind of got sprung on me where I had another show plan and had to shove a tribute for her. This year has been so many tribute episodes because we've had so many people pass away. So we're getting to that time where, like, Burt Bacharach, Harry Belafonte, Tina Turner. Yeah, there were quite a few that I've had to do so far.
We're going to have a rapid loss of 80s idols.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2025, nothing but tribute episodes.
Yeah,
one right
that's
after
all
another.
Yep. Yeah. Look out, Sting. We got you on our... No, I'm just kidding.
We got you.
Sting is
Sting.
Fine. Let's move on to this story here. The USA here, the 300-year-old country of ours.
Yeah, where we're at right now. Yeah.
Has UFOs of non-human origin intact, claims an ex-intelligence officer. He says we have spacecraft from aliens that we have not disclosed to the American people, and we have those hidden away, tucked away. That's what he says. An ex-U.S. military and intelligence worker has given an interview which he says the U.S. has found and covered up several non-human origin crafts. This is David Grush, 36-year-old Air Force veteran. I don't know. It sounds like a hoker to me. Anyway.
David Grush.
Told News Nation on Monday that a top-secret military program found the wreckage of a fully intact UFO, or UFOs, plural, or as they call it, unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs.
I like him better as UFOs.
It's got some history, right? Some cool history to it. You don't want to change that.
Yeah, UFOs, as some people would call them. I want UFOs, but UAPs.
I don't want to call them UAPs. It's lame.
Yeah.
UAPs.
UAPs. That sounds like we're describing that Cardi B song from a couple years ago.
The WAP. We don't want that.
Yeah, the WAP. That's a totally different aerial phenomena.
No. Nobody going to go looking for that. He says in a quote, there are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles call it spacecraft if you will, he says, non-human exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed. He said he added that in those wreckages, the pilots of the craft were found. Says, well, naturally, when you recover something that is either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And believe it or not, as fantastical as it sounds, it's true, says the whistleblower.
Okay.
He previously worked.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, previously worked as a national reconnaissance officer, representative to the UAP task force. He also saw combat in Afghanistan. He claims, there were 510 UAP sightings in 2022. That was up from the 366 in the previous year. According to a report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence in January, only 171 of those were deemed to appear to have demonstrated unusual flight characteristics or performance capabilities and require further analysis, according to the report. The remainder were balloon-like entities or clutter.
Oh, no. Oh, the alien is clutter. Guess what? Then my basement down here is Mos Eisley.
I was gonna say, you got a camera. You got a camera pointing into my studio right now. Is that what they're
right?
doing?
Exactly. Yeah. Clutter is aliens.
Look, just because a guy's ex-military, I don't automatically go, oh, well, everything he says is gospel. Then I don't do that.
Of course, yeah. Right. No, we can't.
Plenty of weirdos we used to be in the military. Lots of amazing people are in the military. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But there's nuts everywhere, and people say dumb shit all the time. I don't believe this at all. I think that they probably have a few things they can't explain because it's weird and they got tricked. But I don't think anybody's going, oh, look at this ship with this dude flying it from the planet Zontar 5. Nope.
Like Mulder, I want to believe.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. It's all horse shit.
Horse shit.
Here's what I do believe. The Ford Bronco is being recalled because people may get, quote unquote, discouraged trying to use the seatbelts. I believe that.
Okay. Did they change the way the seatbelts work? Because it feels like they must have, right?
Well, it seemed like we have a long history of how seatbelts are meant to work. It seems like their method may be pissing people off. So they're recalling 176,000 of these Bronco SUVs. This is the same car that the Jorts guy got into and said, what did he say? Lost opportunity or whatever he said.
Oh, yes, right.
Same car, except he had
missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity. Yeah. And he's the one with he had the yellow, kind of the typical yellow new one. Anyway.
That's right. Missed opportunity. Can't do my seatbelts.
That's right. Model years 2021 to 2023. They are doing this because the National Highway Safety and Traffic and Safety Administration found that drivers and front seat passengers have had difficulty reaching the metal portion of the belt when it's in the retracted position. So they're having to fish for it too much.
Okay.
It says the customer might experience some dissatisfaction or be discouraged. It's a weird term. If they are unable to access easily the seatbelt and is in its stowed position. Driving without the use of the seatbelt increases the risk of injury and crash. They add, of course.
I get people, frequently who try to connect the seatbelt from the right side to the middle receptor.
Yeah.
Like they'll like they'll be in my lift, they'll get in the back. Hey, confirming where you're going. Oh, okay, the such and such. Great. All right, we're heading there, and we start going. Although maybe I shouldn't if they don't have their seatbelt going. I don't know if it's but some of these people I would be waiting for 15 minutes because of how much.
Oh my gosh.
How long it takes them to get their dang thing connected, and it's like, no, try. I bet you're doing the
middle or the wrong middle one or something.
No, it's the only one I see. It's like, well, slide over just a little bit. I think you'll see the other one. Scott, I will tell you that I did have to pick up somebody from the hospital last week, and bathrobe. Not bathrobe. What not bathrobe, but those robes that they wear. The basically that you're naked underneath.
Oh, like the smock things with the back open?
The smock things with the back open. They had it tied shut. I don't know if he had something underneath that, but he had to hang his bag of urine on the back of the of my passenger seat, and I had to help him put the seatbelt on.
Wow.
Hospital gown. There we go. Thank you. Hospital gown.
Did the bag of urine smack you in the cheek by accident or anything?
It didn't. Fortunately, it didn't get that low, but.
Okay. Because nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants
elderly man. He was. Speaking of people who've been in the military, so we're leaving the hospital, and he says, there's a helicopter up on that roof. I'm like, oh yeah, that's really cool. I want to ride in one of those someday, but I don't want to ride in one that goes to the hospital. And he says, I rode in one of those for several years all over Southeast Asia.
Oh,
like,
man.
oh wow, that's cool, man.
Vietnam guy.
Thank you for doing that to keep the rest of us free and all that. He's like, yeah, had a head injury a few years ago. I can't remember anything about it, but that's what they tell me I did. Like, oh man,
That might that might be good considering how gnarly that conflict was.
Yeah, because he went on about, do you know how many rounds this such and such machine gun can fire in a second? I'm like, no, I don't. He says 64 rounds in a second. Do you know how many people you can kill in that amount of time? I'm like, more than I'd like to know. He's like, that's about right, or something along those lines. That's right.
That's hardcore, man.
Yeah, it was grizzled. It was basically. I feel like we're gonna get into the airplane over Rio Bravo. I'll never be over Rio Bravo. I feel like we're gonna get into one of those at one point. I had super racist guy yesterday. I honestly thought after I dropped him off after the ride about pulling the audio from my interior ring cam to play on the show, but I'm, the fact that I have to hold my tongue as a driver.
Yeah.
Over Macho Grande, that's it, not Rio Bravo. The fact that I have to hold my tongue and not say, "Oh, dude, you're horrible. Can I just let you out here and let you walk the rest of the way to Pep Boys?" I would be embarrassed to play that audio and have people hear the stuff that I could not shut him up about, that I could not tell him not to.
And was he saying this stuff to you, like having a conversation?
Yes.
Ugh. Gross.
Yes.
Gross.
The only time I agreed with him was at the point he said, Donald Trump is the Democrats' worst nightmare. I said, yeah, he sure is.
Yeah.
all the rest of it, I was silent.
Well, you should have done your impression. You should have done your Trump impression,
I should have. Those Pep Boys, Manny, Mo, and Jack, they're the best. I don't know about Jack. People say Jack's the problem.
Jeannie, you can blame me for that one.
Go ahead, Jeannie. Go ahead.
I made him do it. All right, that's going to do it for today's news and for today's programming, because we're going to get out of here pretty quick, do a little post-show, and get some stuff done. A reminder, no Coverville today. All right? So it's not happening today.
Yes,
next week.
That's right.
Core tonight, though, 5 p.m. If you want to catch what's going on with Core, did Bo hit 100 and get his name on the statue? Well, you have to tune in and find out. Will he still be playing through the episode because he's not there yet? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I hit Act 4 yesterday. Boy, that story goes places. It's real good, Brian. You got to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Right.
Anyway, that's tonight. Core, we're talking all video games. And also, doing special coverage of the Microsoft Starfield presser this weekend, which is Sunday. So check out that as well. There's information up on the YouTube channel. And there'll be a new Core Daily today as well. Film Sack this weekend, we're doing our action movie special because Brian's out of town, so is Randy.
That's right.
And we did a little special one-off that we really enjoyed.
Talk all about action and why it's the preferred word by directors to start filming.
That's right. That's why we talked
That's
about
why.
it. It was great. So check that out, filmsack.com, and I'm sure there's other stuff I'm forgetting, but there'll be a skim and some other stuff. So check all that out. All right, that's going to do it for us. A reminder that Patreon is your friend, and you should go there and help out your favorite morning show at patreon.com/TMS. By supporting us there, you'll never get commercials ever. You'll get art in the mail, couch parties, which we are doing one tomorrow. Brian won't be here, but we're going to watch Golden Girls.
Yeah. Oh, so bummed I'm going to miss that.
What a shame. What a shame. So that'll happen. Getting our B. Arthur on, so check it out. We'll post when that's happening. It's the normal time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and you got to be in the Discord, and you got to be a patron to get in there. So be a part of it. You also get art in the mail and other monthly benefits that you can only have as a Patreon supporter. Patreon.com/TMS for details. Brian, let's get out of here. Let's play the one and only song today. What is it? The one and only song. Ryan, a.k.a. Ryo Atemi, wrote in and said, I'm 44 today. Whoa!
Let's party!
That's a high water mark of time, 44.
That's right. Time to cover your smart device's ears because he continues. Please pick your favorite cover of Billy Joel's The Downeaster, Alexa. If I say it slow, does it still trigger?
Well, let me try, yeah.
No, it didn't. It didn't trigger for me.
No, it didn't do it.
No. Okay, so I'm just going to keep saying it slowly like that. Yeah, on his Stormfront album, Billy Joel wrote a song with his daughter's name, which is
Electra. No? Ain't. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that probably triggered it, right?
It did. She lit up over there when I did it.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
That's why Daredevil can't have an echo show, by the way. He can't. Anyway, this is performed by the band Show of Hands from their 2000 album Covers. It is my favorite cover of this song. Here is Show of Hands with their cover of Billy Joel's The Downeaster, Alexa.
All right. We'll see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.
If you like what you just heard, there's a very good chance you will like all the shows on the Frogpants Network. Get more at frogpants.com.
Perfectly queefed hair and...
Queef? Remember that when you said queef?
I do remember that, yes.
Yeah, those are good times.
Cloth